Hello, everyone. Today, we will explore the story of Adam, the very first human created by God. This story comes from the Holy Scriptures and teaches us about obedience, responsibility, and hope. Listen carefully, because Adam's story has lessons that are still useful for us today. In the beginning, the world was empty and quiet. There were no humans. God decided to create a being who could live on earth and take care of it. He shaped Adam from the dust of the ground. Every detail of Adam's body was made carefully. After forming him, God breathed life into Adam. Suddenly, Adam became a living human being. God gave Adam a beautiful home called the Garden of Eden. Eden was full of trees, rivers, animals, and fruits. Adam could enjoy all the beauty of nature. God gave Adam freedom to enjoy everything in the garden, except for one tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God said, "You may eat from any tree in the garden, but do not eat from this tree. If you do, it will bring trouble." Adam loved the garden and walked around every day, naming animals and learning about them. He felt grateful and happy with all that God had provided. Even though Adam had everything, God saw that he was alone. Adam had no companion to share his life with. So God created Eve, a partner for Adam, from one of his ribs. Adam was happy to meet Eve. They became friends, companions, and helpers for each other. Together, they explored Eden, cared for the animals, and enjoyed the beauty of the garden. Life seemed perfect, full of peace, joy, and harmony. One day, a serpent came into the garden. This serpent was clever and cunning. It spoke to Eve and said, "Why don't you eat from the forbidden tree? God is keeping it from you. If you eat it, you will become like him, knowing good and evil." Eve thought about it. She wanted to be wise and powerful, so she ate the fruit. Then she gave some to Adam. Adam also ate it. At that moment, something changed. They realized they had disobeyed God. They felt ashamed and afraid. Their innocence was gone, and they tried to hide from God. God called out gently but firmly, "Adam, where are you?" Genesis 3 verse 9. Adam trembled and answered, "I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid myself." Genesis 3 verse 10. God looked at Adam with sadness and asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?" Genesis 3 verse 11. Adam lowered his head and said, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate it." Genesis 3 verse 12. Then God turned to Eve, his eyes full of concern. "What is this you have done?" Eve replied, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Genesis 3 verse 13. God's voice was full of sorrow as he explained the consequences of disobedience. Life outside Eden would be filled with toil and struggle. "By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return." Genesis 3 verse 19. Work would become laborious and exhausting. You will work hard for your food, planting and harvesting, facing challenges every day. Pain and suffering would now enter life. "The ground is cursed because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life." Genesis 3 verse 17. Even though Adam and Eve had disobeyed, God still showed his mercy and love. He clothed them with garments of skin, covering their nakedness and protecting them. Genesis 3 verse 21. He gave them guidance on how to survive in the new, harsher world. He did not abandon them, but walked with them in love and hope. God's words carried a deep lesson. Disobedience has consequences, but his mercy provides opportunity, guidance, and redemption. Adam and Eve left Eden, carrying both the burden of their choice and the hope of God's continued presence with them. Genesis 3 verses 23 to 24. After leaving the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve stepped into a world that was vast, new, and challenging. Genesis 3 verse 23. The lush comforts of Eden were gone, replaced by open land, unpredictable weather, and the need to work for survival. Adam looked around and realized that life would not be easy. Every day would require hard work, tilling the soil, planting seeds, gathering food, and protecting the family. Genesis 3 verses 17 to 19. No longer could food come effortlessly from trees. Now, their hands would labor from sunrise to sunset. Yet, even in hardship, Adam remembered the love and guidance of God, which gave him strength to continue. Eve also felt the weight of a new life. Over time, they had children. With each child, they taught important lessons about life, faith, and obedience. They shared stories of Eden, of God's love, and the importance of listening to His guidance. Their children grew up learning the value of hard work, honesty, and respect for God. Though life outside Eden was difficult, it was also filled with meaning. They experienced joy in family, pride in their work, and hope for the future. They learned that life's struggles can teach resilience, patience, and gratitude. Adam and Eve taught their descendants that obedience, faith, and perseverance are the keys to a meaningful life. Adam's story teaches us many lessons. Obedience is important. God's rules guide and protect us. Mistakes happen, but admitting them is brave. Responsibility matters. Every action has consequences. Hope and resilience. Even after mistakes, we can continue life and grow. We also learn that life is a mix of joy and struggle, and we should face challenges with courage. Adam and Eve taught their children about obedience, faith, work, and responsibility. The story reminds us that knowledge and wisdom should be shared, helping future generations to live better lives.
The story of Adam and Eve is timeless. It teaches us about human nature, choices, and the importance of learning from mistakes. Remember, even if we make errors, we can continue, improve, and live responsibly. Thank you for listening. Keep these lessons in your heart and live with honesty, courage, and hope.